But in my mind, like, I just went into Kobe Mamba mode. I seriously was like, give me the ball. Aaron Rodgers was back in like 7 months playing football.
So I'm a little choir goody two-shoe boy. That's okay. There's other people like that.
We're getting into trauma really early in this segment. Hello. Yes, I did.
It's me.
It's me. Okay, sorry.
Do your best Adele impression.
Well, okay, I actually just watched the SNL. It was a holiday special. Like, it was just rolling in the back of the Roku, and it was I don't know if do you watch SNL at all?
I watch highlights on YouTube here and there.
Oh, okay, because they were all arguing about politics at the Thanksgiving table, and then someone, to break up all of the animosity between the family, they just go over and they put Adele on the radio, and it was just like ridiculous. They were like, "Hello from," and then they were like,
they're all singing.
Yes, and they're like, "Thank you, Adele, for saving Thanksgiving," because that's when the music video was at all anybody was watching.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I can hear myself.
Did you see that SNL is getting canceled?
No.
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's a spoof.
All because of the, like, free communication
I don't know.
thing.
I haven't looked into
like
it.
What's happening to NPR and
I don't know.
Well, why would you drop that bomb right before me?
Just to get a reaction out of you. That's
Well,
why. Obviously, you're an SNL fan.
I
am.
am.
Wouldn't throw a wrench into that.
I am. My sisters and I dress up like SNL characters almost every Halloween, and one of them was Will Ferrell. One of them was Adam Sandler, and we just do variations of But
I'm sorry. I'll find out more on that.
Yeah.
So
this goes. How's this go?
How
are we doing it right now?
Yeah. We're like, yeah. This is great. This is perfect.
You're live.
Yeah, we are live from the Ad Dad production studio. Okay, Sam. I know I haven't given you a lot at all. Anything. So
hey,
you want to be on my show? And you're like, yeah, I'm in. I think I sent you a picture of the set, and you're like, it looks great.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about specifically just you as an individual, and like you are involved, in my opinion, in a lot of things. So you've done like training at Peak Lifestyle Studio. I kind of know what you do as a profession. I'd like to know a little bit more. You ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
They're like, Barney, what do you do? And he's like, please.
I'm pretty sure my husband doesn't even really know what I do. Every time I give him updates, I'm like, remember, I do this. Or how like friends will get up and do PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah.
This is what I do for a living.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'd like, if you want to talk about that, but really, I thought of you for this show because I think you're a very dynamic individual. You're very involved. You're very active on social media. When I was like, we got to get Sam Belote in here.
You're like that.
She's the energy. And like, I'm going to use you as like the example to everyone. Like,
goodness.
Be this person. Yeah. So no pressure.
You didn't tell me this. I would have maybe rethought.
No, because I don't want you saying anything scripted. I just want it off the cuff. So one of the things I want to start out talking about is I want to talk about, and can you tell us like how into like fitness and movement that you are or you were, because then I want to go into the injury and talk about how that's shifted all of that.
The injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So before the injury, talk to me about what life was like.
Okay. Well, gosh, I don't want to go way back, but pretty much I grew up just playing sports. I grew up in a small town on the Spokane Indian Reservation. You play, if you're a multi-sport athlete, you're playing all year round. And so I came to EOU to play basketball, and we're getting into trauma really early in this segment. But
at EOU basketball?
No, just leading to my injury. So basically what had happened was she wasn't my teammate. She was there before I was finished playing. She was there after I finished playing at EOU. And so I'm from around the Spokane area. Have you ever heard of Hoop Fest?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Hoop Fest is the world's largest 3-on-3. They shut down like probably like a 3-4 mile radius in downtown Spokane. They close streets
for this hoop fest.
It's
a big deal.
Yes, it's been going on for 36 years because it's as old as I am, 36. But it's been going on that long, and I've been playing in almost every single one since I was 9. So I get this text last spring, and my friend was like, "Hey, do you want to play Hoop Fest together? We've never played Hoop Fest before." And what happens as an old ex-athlete is like, you keep telling yourself like, "Oh, this is going to be my last year. This is going to be my last time doing this." And so
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this stuff. And so pretty much what had happened was I actually injured myself at Hoop Fest like 3 years before this, and I hurt my knee, and it took me like 8 months to bounce back from that. So that was when I was like, this is my last Hoop Fest. I'm never playing Hoop Fest again. And then I played a couple more, and then my friend, when I like verbally came out, announced my retirement, she was like, "Hey, one more." And I was like, dang it, we've never played together before. Her style and my style, you just complement each other.
You just had to get that notch in your belt.
Exactly. I was like, I could hang my hat on like one more like blacktop championship. Yep. And so what's crazy though is that I am physically active all the time. Actually, the year before that, I had a goal of running at least 1 mile every single day. And I did that with the exception of like a couple of days because I was traveling. I was playing tennis. I was doing I was teaching at Peak Lifestyle Studio. I'm physically just like go all the time.
Well, and that's for anyone listening, that's what I wanted to like make a point of, is that aside from like CrossFitters, which those people are crazy.
I did that. I had a CrossFit era in my life as well.
But for like what I would consider a normal person, not a CrossFitter, like you were extremely active and in shape. And like you like shouldn't have gotten injured.
Exactly. My sisters call me a golden retriever. Like I'm just like what's next? Oh, a ball? Yeah, let's do it. So
my favorite thing.
My favorite thing. So essentially what had happened was I was playing basketball, getting ready for Hoop Fest. And what's weird is I kept telling my husband, Matt, I was like, I have a feeling I'm going to tear my Achilles. And he's like, what? Why would you say that? And I'm like, I don't know. And I think at the time, like I was thinking, oh, I'm getting up there. It's this age grouping to where Achilles happen. And so I was like, I don't know. I just have this feeling. If you ask him, he thinks I probably manifested it. For me, I think like, I don't know if I had this like intuition or whatever. So anyway, we get to Hoop Fest. I'm balling the first day. I'm not even like, I consider myself a humble person. And I was like, oh, I still got it. Like, maybe this isn't my last Hoop Fest. I was really going to town. So that was day 1. Day 2, I show up. We have the morning game and Hoop Fest, because it's like you get a mix of people who've never played before or people who are still trying to like make it, like me, right? It gets chippy. Like I'm pretty sure if statistics ran for Hoop Fest, it would be like 1 fight per court per day. Like there's always teams getting ejected for fighting. So anyway, we were playing and I didn't fight anybody, but it was starting to get a little chippy between me and this girl, and I know how to read the room. So I was like, okay, this is being a little more intense than like just like competitive basketball. Like every time I was going up, it'd be like, yeah. And like, and then you have to call your own fouls. That's what makes it worse is like I was getting hammered and I'd be like foul. And then of course she'd be like, oh, mama. And I'm like, gosh, dang it. Me and this girl are just really going at it. So then I finally was like, hey, let's just play basketball. You're fouling me. I don't want it to get to this point. And then we kind of have words with each other to the point where my teammate is like, Sam, like, yes, like put it away. Like, you're fine. I'm like, okay. But in my mind, like, I just went into Kobe Mamba mode. I seriously was like, give me the ball. I'm going to dunk on her. And as soon as I like went to step up to catch the ball, pop. And
did somebody hit you?
Nothing happened. I'm not even joking. I just was taking a step. And what's crazy is because all of the courts and Hoop Fest are like back to back to back to back, like there are thousands of people playing at the same time as you. Like it's not like, so you're hearing whistles, you're hearing people from literally the next court. There's a line with tape And like you could be full on in a basketball game. I could be full on in a basketball game. So at first when I heard it, and it's stereotypical, like everyone says it feels like someone kicked them. For me, it felt like someone threw a basketball. Like I thought a ball bounced over in the other court. It didn't hurt at all. If it were a partial tear, that would have been terrible because that hurts. But I completely just, and I had a moment of like within 5 seconds, I was like, oh my gosh, I just tore my Achilles. And then so I like dropped the ball and my teammate's like, what are you doing? Because it was like that point.
Game.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm shaving points, obviously. And I just like said to her, like, I was like, I just tore my Achilles. And then she was like, what? And then my sisters were watching. And so I go and I like sit down on the curb next to them. And it was like, all I could imagine. Like I didn't get emotional until I thought about like I'm supposed to be going up to the lake cabin after this. My best friend's coming down from Alaska. Like all of my summer plans, because it's in June, this basketball tournament, all my summer plans just like out the window. And so what I was afraid of happening was tearing my Achilles, and that's exactly what happened. So going from like a physically active person and tearing your Achilles. And I'm so lucky like that I played high school collegiate sports. I played softball and basketball all growing up and in college, and really didn't have any serious injuries. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, the Achilles knocked me on my booty, and I had to, it was a lot physically, mentally, emotionally, from someone who's just like 100 miles per hour every single day. To sit with it was, I'm honestly still going through the consequences, repercussions, whatever, of this Achilles tear and rehabbing. And so I like to run a lot. We host the half marathon here in LeGrand, and that got started. My friend and I just enjoyed running, and we're like, we're running for no reason. We should see if other people want to run for no reason with us. And so I wasn't even able to run in that this year because I wasn't going to be physically back to where I was. I feel like now, so I'm a year.
I was just going to say, a year and some change.
So I'm feeling a little bit better physically. I've been teaching classes at Peak. When I came back to Peak, it was September, and I was in a boot, like still doing these. But Doc was like, hey, you're good. As long as you kind of remain in that boot and don't go ham right out the gate. If anybody knows me, that's exactly what I do. Is I go I was asking the physical therapist up at Grand Ron Hospital, I'm like, when can I like start teaching spin again? And they're like, girl, you're 3 months out of surgery. Like you can't do that for a while.
Yeah, you need to take a Xanax.
Yeah,
and go sit down.
That's exactly what they pretty much told me without crossing that line. But
yeah, are you into prescription drugs? You might need to be.
Yeah.
Like,
no, exactly. And so I was mentally like, what can I do? What can I do? So even when I remember the first walk Matt and I went on when I was in my scooter. And so I was non-weight bearing for 2 weeks, and then I was put into a boot where I could scoot around. And so I was like scooting, and I probably looked like ridiculous to my neighbors. They all came up to me. They were so sweet. And they're like, we see you like scooting around. Like it looks so sad. But Matt was pretty much my caretaker for that first month. And it's weirdly a blessing though, because I really got into, so I'm a creative brain person. So I got into writing. I got into painting. I got into beading. And
like making necklaces or things.
Yeah. So my aunties, growing up on the Spokane Indian Reservation, my aunties and my cousins are big beaders, and so I started beading. I actually took a class at the art center, and that's kind of what inspired my beading. And then my aunt would send me like beads and things like that. And so anyway,
it's fascinating to hear you talk about the mental stamina and like the mental shift you have to make when you are so into something and it's so involved in your life. I'm going through things like this kind of currently myself, which is why I'm bringing this up, is when you're so into something, and an injury hasn't taken this from me, but it's just I need to find something else, or I want to find something else. Mentally shifting and getting out of those ruts to try something new, or even going through the process of trying or finding something new, to break that pattern, and the mental stability you have to have, and focus you have to learn something new as opposed to just doing what you know.
Yeah.
And then trying to like find something you love.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Can you talk about the emotion? Can you talk to me about the emotion behind just that sheer letdown? Because I want to backtrack a little bit, that sheer letdown in that summer, because I think if you can talk about what you had to do and that mental place you had to go to get through that,
Yeah.
maybe that can help someone else who's going through that. Like what did you mentally have to, where did you have to go? I mean, obviously you're not going to get out of that boot.
Yeah. So mentally where I went, and I'm also not really a person that is sad. I'm, like I said, a golden retriever. I'm just like positivity, positivity. Oh, look at the bright side. This is a learning experience.
Like when you puke, right?
Yes, yes, it sparkles like that Snapchat filter. Yeah. And so for me to like kind of go through this, I actually told myself like I'm going to take a week and just be straight up sad. Like while I was although I was non-weight bearing for 2 weeks, that was kind of when I kind of sat in it, and I was like I was kind of the biggest baby. Like I remember Matt going golfing and I was like again the dog waiting at the window, just watching him leave with his golf clubs. And, he had already brought me snacks. He got me like set up for the next 4 hours, and homie has been taking care of me for the last 2 weeks. Like let the man go golfing. But I was just so sad that I could not go. And actually our anniversary was a month after my surgery. And I tried golfing in my boot. I wasn't supposed to do that. And so like the mental of just like staying home and sitting down and like kicking my feet up, that's when I started leaning more towards that. But my support system of friends, like they sent me coloring books. They sent me very like, you don't have to move to do these activities. And I think that's kind of what like tipped off I'm getting back into writing. Like growing up, I've always been like a creative writer. And so I got back into writing because someone sent me a book of prompts or someone sent me a journal. And so they were like, you got this. And it was really awesome. Like I felt so loved. But then it kind of got to the point where I was like, just sad randomly and thinking of how long. It was almost like I was trying to take it one step at a time, but then I was thinking like it's going to be like maybe a full year before I'm able to do all of the things that I love again. Like return to sport for an Achilles repair per doctor's orders is like 9 months to 12 months. And so in my head, that's all I'm like thinking is like calculating when can I get here? When can I get there? And so just telling myself to slow down.
And maybe just giving yourself permission to slow down.
100%. And I definitely struggled with that at first, but then once I kind of got to that point where I could do certain things, like I was doing chair exercises, I was doing tricep dips, kind of all of these upper body movements, or I'd try to. In physical therapy, they still try to keep your lower body engaged. And so I was just like mentally clocking in. I knew that I still wanted to work out and try to live the life that I was living, where I was go all the time, but it was almost like in modification. And so I was still like, when we went to the coast for our anniversary, which was a month after, I was like crutching on the beach, like, because I was like, I still want to do this. And so mentally, like I think I gave myself permission for a little bit to like just check out and do nothing because that was the doctor's orders. But then once I was able to start kind of flipping that switch and getting back into a normal routine and moving my body, that's when I kind of started being like, okay, this doesn't suck that bad. There are still times, don't get me wrong, where if I take off for a run, like sprinting to me is still kind of a little bit weird. Mentally, that is a little scary. Another fear that I have, which this isn't manifesting, okay, but they say sometimes you can tear the other one because you're overcompensating or whatever. So, but in my head, even if that were to happen, I'd be like, okay, I've done this. it would suck because of where I feel like I'm at now. But the mental part is probably the hardest about coming back from an injury like that. And, of course, like in my head, I'm like, Kobe, went and shot free throws after his Achilles. Aaron Rodgers was back in like 7 months playing football. Like, and then I have to tell myself, girl, you're not a professional athlete. You are a professional work from home dog mom. Like, it's not that serious. So telling myself, like, what is the rush also? Like, of course, I would love to be just like back to being like jacked and fast and whatever. But also, again, giving myself permission to, if my body's not feeling it, then like I don't need to force it to do anything.
Yeah, I love that. I think you hit the nail on the head. It is so much the mental game when it comes to an injury or whatever it is in your life. I mean, maybe it's you tried a business venture and you failed miserably. I mean, you can either let that just crush you, or I mean, isn't that what sports and everything? And hear me out. I'm not a huge sports guy.
You don't like sports?
I didn't say I didn't like them. I'm not a huge sports guy.
Like playing them or watching them?
I'm just not into it. I'm not a hunting guy. I'm not anti-hunting. I just don't do it. I play guitar. I do creative things like the Ad Dad. I do. It's just, both my sisters got the hunting and sports gene. I got the wants to sing in a freaking choir gene. So I'm a little choir goody two-shoe boy. That's okay. There's other people like that. So anyway, and I got the business sense. But I think it doesn't matter. Like, whatever it is that you've done and you've like failed at, or it's all about that mental capacity.
100%.
And it doesn't, it's so I love that. And I love hearing a story like yours and seeing someone locally who has gone through that success.
You're making me sound like such a warrior.
I think you are. And that's a huge reason why I wanted to have you on the show, is because I can't imagine going through an injury like that. I mean, I think of what you went through. And for me, it would be like breaking my hand, or like maybe like Chris Carson, like just lost part of it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Terrible.
And I'm like, okay, if I lost part of a finger or fingers, like would I go into a hole and like never play guitar or use it again? Or would I come? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I would love to say that I would rise up through it and be, I don't know.
I think you'd figure it out. But to our discussion point, that's kind of what happens is you figure it out. And I mean, honestly, like I said, I've been blessed to not have suffered through an injury. Like if this would have happened to me when I was playing college basketball, this could be a whole nother story. This could have been terrible. And season ending injuries and things like that. So I also put it into that kind of perspective for people who deal with chronic pains all the time, or people who do have, I mean, I had a lower body injury. If I did have an upper body injury, like what would that do with my mental? At the same time, I had a friend who broke her arm and she wasn't able to like put her hair in a ponytail. So then I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe it's not that bad.
It can always be worse.
Yes, 100%. It could always be worse. And having that mentality also was like, okay, Samantha, there are real people going through these real things. And not saying mine wasn't real, but like kind of that was my, all right, like you can feel sad for yourself for 2 seconds if, your Achilles kept you up all night because it was throbbing. But like also, again, this where my positivity comes through, like also like snap out of it. You're fine. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Talk to me about, I want to shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Talk to me about what you do for, let's just say a living, or some of the things you do for a living. And I want to make it very clear to anybody listening, what Sam does for a living isn't necessarily who she is. And so that's a big part of this show that I want to bring out, is just because you do something, that doesn't necessarily mean that's who you are. I think sometimes there's a lot of crossover.
Yes.
But can you talk, so like what do you do exactly?
Oh gosh. Okay. So my normal 9 to 5, 8 to 5 situation is I am a communications manager for the Native American Agriculture Fund, which is a grant-making entity that provides funds to Native American farmers, ranchers, and producers. I feel like I have the cool opportunity to be able to share some of those stories. So a lot of what I do is, we have over 350 grantees across the U.S. I get to travel to some of these places and interview native farmers, ranchers, producers, hunters, gatherers, anybody who's really providing food security to their communities. Those are our grantees, and those are the stories that we want to tell and get to tell. So I get to meet a lot of cool people, because if you think of agriculture and the diversity of agriculture, like it's, what is happening in the Pacific Northwest is different than what's happening in Florida and Alaska and New Mexico. And so those are some of the grantees that I get to go and basically follow around their day in the life. If they're out in the field, I'm trying to think, one grantee that we had, he has a horse education foundation, and he's teaching Native peoples how to shoe their own horses. So that's like a grantee that we fund. And for these people that we fund, having resources like that is huge and instrumental in overall food sovereignty and food security. So I take a lot of pride in being able to share those stories. Like, that's my job, and I have a pretty cool job, and I have bosses and supervisors that completely support that vision. I actually just got a drone today.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got DJI Air 3S.
Okay.
Is that what
DJI Air?
Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I would, if you would have said anything but DJI, I would have made fun of you.
You would have been like, get out.
Yeah.
I did do my research. I was a little nervous, though. I was like, what if I get the wrong one? But from everything I saw, a lot of people said, get this drone. So now I'll be able to offer drone footage to our grantees, whether that's used for land surveying, data mapping, just even going over the farm to show them where they might see some discrepancies, some gates down, anything like that. So I'm super pumped to start that. And then also that knowledge will help me with my side hustle, which I have a side hustle, and I've had it for, maybe 7 years now, where I do social media managing and content creation for businesses around town. And that's super fun. I also, whenever I talk about this, because I don't want to get into necessarily the social media pages that I manage, but they're so diverse that it's like, I am like, I split personalities, man. I am anywhere from, posting about a wedding venue to posting about a workout of the day to posting about, oh my gosh. And then I just redid a website for somebody. And so I'm kind of all over the map when it comes to my side hustle. What I've learned is that there's you and I are in this field where like we see maybe a lack or kind of a delay in our area. And so providing services that just help them get up to speed, but also, again, amplify the business that they have. Because at the end of the day, my goal with my side hustle isn't to make a bunch of money. Like, it's just to elevate businesses around town, because small local communities thrive on small business. And so that's my whole pitch when it comes to that. And because I don't get out and advertise, it's mostly word of mouth, the people that I work with, which allows me to allow them to be the kind of the still main focus and the main person. I make sure that their values align with what I'm posting, and if there's any issues, to come to me, but I work with them on, any things that are coming up that needs to be advertised or marketed. And so it's been fun to have those relationships too with other businesses around town. And what I really like is that not a whole lot of people know that it's me posting. So it's like,
wait, you're not putting your logo on all of their advertising stuff?
No.
You're not doing that? Oh, I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh no, because again, I'm not in the money making business. I'm in the friendship making business.
So one thing I love how you said you love helping other businesses be elevated. One of the things that pieces of conversation that I like having with businesses around town is, look, if you think Joe Schmo down the street's your competition in town, I got to disagree with you. Walmart, Amazon. That's your competition.
I'm aligned.
And it's like, I want to help anyone. It's Small Business USA. I mean, local business supporting local business. Like, we're in the same, we're doing the same thing. And so I love that you're screaming that same message from the mountaintops.
Well, and I've helped people kind of behind the scenes too. The one in front of the scenes thing that I did was there was a social media planning, or not social media planning, but social media, like how to basically how to workshop. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Social media workshop out at Hot Lake. And so I participated in that and got up and kind of ran people through just some of the basics. And it's no discredit to any of the business owners, but like another thing that I say is like, they're like, yeah, I just don't have time to do this. And that's where I would come in that situation. Like, I have time. I'm there anyway. Like you said, I'm really active on social media. So if it takes me 1/3 of the time for me to post on your behalf versus you trying to figure out what's a trending audio or how do I make this real? Like, I've found that people just don't want to do that. But again, that's where I come in. And so that's kind of been the relationship that I've had with people. And it's always bottom line, right? They're like, I'm sorry, I just don't want to do this. And I'm like, you don't have to. That's why you hired me. Yeah.
You don't have to do it. I think of it often, as I said earlier, I'll pick on myself. I'm not a big sports guy, or I'm not a big hunting guy. I'm also not I cannot stand spreadsheets. Or like, I love music and I love playing music. It's mostly by ear. I can't read music to save my life, because it's a bunch of black on a bunch of white, and I just get lost in it. So like numbers, spreadsheets. So people are probably raising their eyes about going, well, how are you a business owner then? I was like, listen, I have a great accountant.
Yeah.
I hire that out and they help me.
You get to do the fun stuff.
Exactly. Let me double, triple, quadruple down on what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And bring the people in that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And have them do that. And whether you bring them in-house or you hire. So anybody listening, please, if you take anything away from today, Sam and I give you permission. Sam and I give you permission to go hire someone to do the things that you can't stand doing.
Yeah.
But you need to do. You have permission. Go do that.
And so not even just small businesses around here. I'm just talking about businesses in general, or organizations I've worked with. It's like crazy how much people will like pridefully maybe want to learn, like teach themselves. And it's like, dude, don't waste your time with that.
Yeah.
Go. If your bread and butter is over here, like, you don't need to be a jack of all trades situation. Just do what you're good at.
Well, the truth is it is so rare to be a jack of all trades.
I call myself a Jane of all trades. Like, and you're a jack of all trades. I'm a Jane of all trades. But like, when I feel like that's what communicators, creative people do. You have to almost have a little bit of everything to even be relevant. And so when I think of myself as like my normal job, I'm a communications manager, and my boss recently asked me, well, what is it about communications? And I'm like, dude, like, there's videography, there's photography, there's social media, there's marketing, there's campaigns, there's website, there's all of these things. And so again, if that's not your bread and butter, like, just hire someone to do that. And talk to me.
Yeah. Let Sam know.
Yeah, let her know. And it doesn't even have to be like I'm going to do this for you for the rest. But if I could give you some pointers here and there just to save you some time, like, that's all I'm about too. I had a meeting at the press room with a gal, and I just sat there for like an hour, and I was like, oh, you should do this. You should do that. You should do that. So on paper, I could be considered a marketing consultant, and that's what I say.
How about just business consulting? I do so much of the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I think we learn how to ask really good questions.
Yeah.
And then you kind of listen, and you go, and then did you try this idea? Or,
Yeah.
And so you just give. And like, I love that. And then, you know what? They'll remember you, and when they'll trust you.
Yeah. And
business consulting, I think as marketers, we do a ton of that.
Mm-hmm. And most of it is just, again, what we know and what value we know we can bring, or what they're missing. Like, that's all we're trying to do is, again, just elevate these people, these businesses. And I mean, I give unsolicited advice all the time. So.
Matt tells me all the time when I talk to Matt. Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't give that boy advice, I don't know where he'd be.
He would still be behind a drum kit.
Yes, he would.
Probably. But Sam, can you talk to me about as far as like wedding venues and stuff around here?
Yes.
Who are you working with specifically? Is it Carrie Williams?
Yes.
You work with her. I love Carrie.
That's my girl.
Dude, I've DJ'd a bunch of weddings that she's thrown my way. She's coordinated and what she's done with the White Barn.
Yeah.
Can you talk about wedding venue? Because, and I am going somewhere with this, but can you just talk about wedding venue and Carrie and what she's doing out there just for a brief second?
Yeah. So gosh, how long have I been working with her? It's got to be around 2 years, maybe a little more than that. But what I really appreciate from Carrie is she has such great ideas, and she actually, from where White Barn was, which it was still a great venue, she's just again kind of elevated it. So I think that's what I appreciate, and what I see in her is that, like, how can we elevate this even more for the user experience?
Well, yeah, and she's partnering up with the best wedding vendors.
Yeah.
Around as well.
100%. And she does a really good job of even keeping that friendship / relationship going by having those marketplaces out there, by open, like the holiday marketplace that they do in the late fall, early winter, and by doing other events out there, like the Mother's Day dance
and the fundraiser they did for that one police officer.
Yeah. So she has a really good beat on the community and the needs of the community. And I mean, there's even ideas that her and I have shared back and forth that haven't gotten off the ground yet, and I think that they will. And she's about to bring in her second baby, so yes. So maybe these ideas just get put on pause for a little bit, but she also has a really great team that steps up and helps her, the KW team. And so she's just done a really good job of, because I think what she does is she shows up as a person first, and like there's very authentic friendship and personality that she brings to, I mean, planning a wedding is stressful. Like, I'm married and I ran away to Nashville and got married in front of 80 people. And so I just wanted it to be non-stressful, but even that was stressful. It's a lot of decisions. And that's the other thing too, is if brides are one bit stressed, I would recommend just hiring a wedding coordinator. And so Carrie does that, and she, outside of White Barn, she is a wedding coordinator, and then for White Barn, she's their event coordinator. So yeah, she just has a really good team behind her, and she's been in the wedding business for a while, so she really knows what's going on and what is needed, but she does it with like an ease. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So I actually DJ'd her and Jeff's wedding in 2016.
Where did they get married at?
They got married at the barn at Tamarack Springs.
Oh, okay.
And they all start blurring together, but Carrie, if I get this wrong, forgive me. I feel like she either had like some sort of horse carriage or like a car or something that had
drop her off.
It was cool. It was a lot. And like that venue's so tricky as a DJ because they'll get married like out in the field. So you got to have a sound system out there with like a quiet generator. And then like the bar and like dining area is in like a second spot. And then like inside is like this third spot. So you got to have like 3 PA systems.
Okay.
And at the time,
that's a lot.
It's a lot. And but it was great. It was fantastic and fun. But
are you still DJing?
Here and there. I took a huge step back this summer. I DJ'd a lot last year.
Yeah.
Like years before. I've been DJing for about 12 years.
Did you know that that's like one thing that I feel like I should have been
a DJ? Dude, you'd crush it.
I mean, is it too late for me to start now?
I don't think so. I don't think, and here's why.
I'm going to be that like 70-year-old DJ.
I think you would have no problem spinning the decks. I think you just got to be up on trend and like what music people want.
Yeah.
Actually, here's the hardest thing. I think I love emceeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite part. I love being at rehearsal dinner. I love being a part of the day, emceeing, working with Carrie, working with the photographer, and helping facilitate like that whole experience. And hiccups always come up. There's no perfect wedding day, and so you get to keep everyone at ease. You're keeping them informed and helping that day. I love that. I really don't like when we open the dance floor and it's time to dance. That's my least favorite part.
Why? Do you feel the pressure?
It's not
of like just playing banger after banger, or
it's my least favorite part because
you don't get to talk.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can make it like a DJ karaoke.
It's really, I think it's my least favorite part because I think I'm leaving my prime of knowing what people want to hear, and I'm not interested in necessarily learning the new stuff.
Oh, I see.
And the second part is because of Spotify, because of these other platforms and playlists, it's like everyone is trying to like tell me what I should be playing, or like the guests are requesting a different song than like I'm wanting than the bride and groom want played. And so it's just like 3 or 4 hours of pure hell for me.
You know what is having a surgence though or resurgence is like music that I grew up with in high school and college, like the 2000s to mid 2000s.
Oh yeah,
like rap and hip hop. Like that's been. Have you seen the TikTok trends of moms showing their kids like what they used to listen to back in the day? So like the kids are kind of into it, but it would be hard trying to navigate that.
I think that's the hardest part, or at least the least enjoyable part, because it's also been after it's like the last stretch of the day. Like if I was showing up at that point. So I don't know, I might DJ a little bit more in the future, but just have some sort of like, I'll be the MC, but like you bring a playlist.
Yeah I had a playlist, and I'm basically like, just when in doubt, just skip to the next one.
And just, I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet, but people really value the MC part. And like, and you listen, obviously the speakers are good, they're nice Bose speakers, and I don't know, I'll figure out what that looks like. But the biggest thing is I got 4 kids at home.
True.
And like they're getting old enough to where you can actually have a conversation with all of them.
They're also getting old enough to work for you. Have you thought of that?
Yes, free child labor.
Exactly.
It's always crossing my mind.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
just not going to take the time.
That's why you have 4 children.
Yeah, well, that and the tax credit.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, you're so smart.
Listen,
the business sense.
I love paying the mortgage. I love paying the grocery bill and the daycare bill. That's why I had kids, was to do all of that, right?
Oh wow! And then your dreams just on the back burner for a little bit. Just kidding.
I'm teasing.
If your wife watches this, she better know that
I'm teasing. Oh, I love all of our kids.
That's good.
I do. And
don't you have one named Sam?
Yeah, Samantha. She's
so
a spitfire like you.
She's so cool.
Thank you.
Is she a Leo by chance? When was she born?
Oh Lord, now I'm on the spot. Oh, she was born in December.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
As a Leo, I only know what I am. Which
is that the Chinese calendar? Like, which calendar are we looking at? What's
I don't know. On the astrological calendar.
Oh, okay.
Read the stars. Yeah. Back to the wedding stuff. I was going to tell you though that I actually so last year I went to Carrie had a full day, 3 weddings, and she was like, I need you to get some content creation. So like that's the other thing for these wedding vendors.
She had 3 weddings across 3 different venues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a normal day for her. Normal Saturday in wedding season. And so the plan was for me to go to these wedding venues and shoot content for her, because now all of the business owners, right, people really respond well to seeing them out in the wild. And so she hired me to do behind the scenes for her, getting her team working these events so I can use for content. And then I kind of shot other things there. Like I was shooting the band and was like, here, if you like, Matt, if you want to use any of this for the band. I don't think he did, but anyway, then some of the photographers, I'd be like, here are some clips, right? So then recently there's a trend where now weddings and brides mainly want some like TikTok, like some vertical iPhone content
during the actual wedding.
During the actual wedding. So some of them,
or reception.
I mean, honestly, I think all of it. So they hire a videographer, they have a photographer, and then they now want a content creator at their wedding.
Should we come up with a term for this? Like a TikToker or a wedding?
So I think content creator is the term.
The term's already there.
Yeah, but so
specifically vertical though.
Yes. Okay. So fast forward to me, Carrie. So that's the other thing. Carrie is so great about passing my information along and letting me make that decision of pursuing that business or not. So she's super great when it comes to that handoff. And she messaged me and was like, there's a gal that wants to hire you as a content creator for her wedding. And legit, I was like, is that what I think it is? And she was like, you'll have to talk to her. And I was like, okay. And then I reached out to her, because then at first I was like, is this something that I even want to do? Like, it also...
Yeah, what's she expecting?
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't want it to be misconstrued. Like, I'm not showing up as a videographer. Like, that's that's a lot. And I
I'm
didn't.
gonna bring my phone.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
some extra charge.
Yes, yeah. And so I was reaching out to her and I was like, hey, just to be clear, like, you're looking for a content creator like with an iPhone or, a fancy phone, not like, walking around with a 6K camera and micing people up and things like that. And she's like, no, I make TikToks and I want to have TikToks like ready to be made or, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is like a real thing. And I've seen it because I, spend a lot of time looking at the wedding industry, and I've seen a lot of people just having someone with a gimbal walk around with an iPhone to capture content at weddings. But I guess what's really interesting to me is that most of the time when they want this content, it's for TikTok or they want to post things that look authentic. And I guess the general public might think that authenticity is just like a phone versus like a high def camera. Mm-hmm. And so I was really like, I've never done that before. And I was like,
we're like, how, like for hours?
Yes. And so I basically was like, here are some packages that I could offer you.
Right.
You pick. It could be an all day thing. It could be just like a getting ready to the reception thing. It could be just offering her different chunks of time and different services. And she wanted me to be there, or wants me to be there when she's getting ready, and like, but she also sent me some TikToks that she would like me to keep in mind as I do. So exactly. So, which is like really great. The hard part though is the wedding is in October. So trends could be so different in October. What's popping in May might die out by the time that October rolls around. And, it's not like audio it doesn't go bad. But then I'm like, oh, depending on the trends that you want to follow, like we could be making some game time decisions here. And so just mentally preparing for that, some on the fly stuff. Like I want to show up and I want to be 100%. So I said I would do it. It's just going to be the first time I've ever done anything like this. And again, I really wanted to drive home like, I'm not your videographer, right? Like question mark. And she was like, no, like but I think she's not going to move forward with a videographer. I think I'm going to be it. Like she's having a photographer and then I'm going to be there with my iPhone, which I have a pretty good iPhone. So
have you seen the go-kart handle that we use? I call it the go-kart handle.
I don't think so.
Phone in. Brooks, can you grab that real quick for us?
I have just like the stabilizing gimbal.
You have a gimbal.
Yes.
The gimbal's cool.
Yeah.
This thing just helps with Brooks is going to come on set here. The iPhone holder go-kart handle thing. He's trying to track it down. Is it over here? Oh no. The what we put the iPhone in. Oh yeah, you got it. Just come on set here real quick. Let me show. Thanks, buddy.
Your lovely assistant.
Thank
you.
Nice. Have you seen one of these?
No. Okay, so do you have to hold it like that? Like you're chest pressing for...
No. So the reason why I like this is because when I'm holding a phone, like I'm trying to like not touch the screen and like...
Oh, I see.
And like I'm trying to keep my fingers out. Like it's just... I would drop this.
Yeah.
What's nice about this is it's just... You got some handles.
Yeah.
You can come up with it.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, it feels like Mario Kart. And when you go landscape, it feels super go-karty. Because like the...
Oh, like that? Or
well, no. So
do you get...
Here, let me show you something else real quick. Yeah. So the handles, you got this little wrench here that lives in it. And you can take the handles off and you can move the handles. And you can add accessories. So if you wanted to put a mic on somebody, you can add a light. You can add... Cool. So you can just... I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Royce Woosley.
How much is that?
It's made by Small Rig. Less than $100.
What? Why does this look like it's...
Doesn't that look
super futuristic? Yeah.
You just clamp it in there.
Cool. All product links will be in the description of this video.
Yeah. If so, that's going to be my lovely assistant Brooks that does that because seriously. No, this is made by Small Rig.
Cool.
We added a thing here so we could put another mic or a light or something.
That's awesome.
Highly recommend using that.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you know that we are actually offering wedding rental services? Rentals? Did you know we're doing that?
I don't No.
So
wait, is that what is all back in the shed for when you said those tables?
Yeah, so we rent tables, chairs, tents, sound systems, screens. We have screens on stands, so if you need like slideshow.
Like a presentation of the couple.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, we're actually offering event rentals. It's called the Rental Station.
Amazing.
Very fun. Very cool stuff.
Little plug there.
Yeah, you just got to do a little plug.
Yeah, absolutely. So, since you're plugging it, can I ask what's the setup and takedown like? Like, do you?
Oh yeah,
are there packages that?
Oh man. So we'll come set them up for you. We'll take them down for you. We deliver. You can pick up from store if you want. It's as easy as you want. You can order online. It's rentalstationlg.com.
Cool.
You can actually see the prices online. There's no hidden anything.
That's awesome. Because when I was getting married at the venue, I straight up was just like, I don't want to deal with chair setup, table setup. It needs to just be there
and be done
and be
professional.
Yep. And we're gonna come in, we're gonna party around, and then we're gonna leave, and you handle the rest.
Yep.
Nobody wants to. And if anybody is,
especially tents.
Yes, tents. And if anybody is listening to this that is getting married, do not make your friends and family clean up after you and tear down after you. I know that that seems like
their duty.
Yeah, their duty. It is just not.
No one wants to clean up your duty.
No, they don't. Nobody wants to clean up your duty.
Doesn't Carrie offer that now? At the White Barn? I think she does.
I think that they took it down because
I was gonna plug that.
I know.
I'm sorry, Carrie. I don't want to promise things you don't have.
And I'm pretty sure it's for liability reasons, handling like gifts and stuff.
Oh.
So I think that's why they don't offer that.
She has such great ideas.
100%.
Like I would have never even though there's a liability issue, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited for. Have you seen all of the stuff about the Studio 1984? I think is what is out at White Barn.
Yeah, it didn't have the last. I was out there 2 weeks ago. It still doesn't have windows in.
Oh, okay.
It's getting close.
It's getting close.
Yeah, she has at least 2 weeks ago. They had all the air ducting that's gonna go up. It was all laying on the floor, getting ready to go up in the ceiling.
Dude, that's gonna be a cool spot.
Dude, the sliding glass door that looks over Mount Emily.
Beautiful.
It's going to have the coolest vibe. I cannot wait till it's done.
I'm pretty sure too. Well, at least in ideas that we've discussed, it's the potential to have a bar out there and to just go out and
something in the winter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll be really awesome. Mm-hmm. So the hard part about that is just getting out there, I think. But once you're out there, they should actually offer rent the guest house. Yeah,
it's not bad.
I know, because I would go out there and be like, oh, it's so beautiful and cozy out here. Can I just stay?
Somebody was trying to talk me into doing a wedding vow renewal party, and I was like, yeah, when I have all that extra cash.
Yeah.
Or do I need to start a GoFundMe so we can? I mean, listen, if you want to party with me, I guess maybe you could go in halvesies.
Yeah. No, they want you to throw the party.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I don't have that cash right now. Wasn't I saying I got?
You got 4 kids.
Yeah.
At least wait until they can start helping you make money.
Right. And nobody got time for that.
No.
Yeah. Sam, this is such a great time being able to talk with you. You are such an amazing individual, very well-rounded, very diverse. Thank you so much for sharing about all that you do.
Thank you for having me. This place looks awesome. And it's been cool even to watch you elevate the businesses around town. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Cool. We'll do it again sometime.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.